Hi Panthers, my name is Nevneet and I'm here to interview the new ASL teacher, Mrs. Buller.
Hello.
Okay, so how long have you been teaching ASL?
Well, this is my second semester of student teaching, but I have taught ASL in a variety of places for many years. I tutored American Sign Language. I even taught at a community center. I worked at the teen center when I was in college, and I also volunteered to teach ASL classes for college students. I've been doing that for about 10 years.
How has your experience at Newbury Park been so far?
Oh, it's been really good. I love it here. I really enjoy the students and everything.
What are some of the things you would like to say to people learning sign language?
What do you mean?
Just for people who are new to the language, who are trying to learn. Any suggestions?
Oh, okay. Well, I would suggest that you sign every day. You see something like a word or you hear a particular song on the radio, you practice signing that, because it's all about communication, right? And you can enjoy learning sign language that way. So I suggest you practice, have a lot of fun, especially on the weekends with friends using sign language.
So how long does it normally take to learn the sign language?
Well, it depends on each individual person. It depends. I would say for a person to become fluent, I would say 2 to 4 years. And it depends on how much you take the classes, how immersed you are into the community.
So how does grammar and spelling work in ASL?
Oh, grammar, well, okay, I teach hand shapes and finger spelling, vocabulary and signs. Oh, you mean the rules? Okay, yes. ASL does have grammar. Let me give you an example. For example, when it comes to time, you want to make a comment about something. You have to first bring up the topic and then the comment. You would say something like football game, and then you would add a comment about it. What about the football game? So football game, I'm going to, or football game will be fun. So it's almost like Spanish. Their structure is very similar to Spanish.
So what is the most difficult part about learning sign language?
That's a very good question. It depends on each individual again, I would say. I mean, receptive skills, being able to understand, I believe that's the hardest part for people who can hear. You're not used to being so visual and catching information through your eyes. You're usually used to getting information from your ears, so your eyes have to be very attuned to what's being expressed. And everything's coming at you in a visual mode, and you might not be used to that.
Oh, so what separates ASL from Spanish, French, and Chinese?
Well, American Sign Language is a visual language. ASL is visual. It's really no written form of it. That's another distinction. It's a little writing involved, but usually we don't use our voice and speak when we use sign language. We just use our hands.
Okay, so are there any stories you would like to tell about using sign language?
Well, okay, sign language, let me see. In deaf culture, there are a lot of different stories. We have deaf jokes, we have things like communicating with hearing people, and we incorporate that into the folklore. Also, what's the appropriate way to sign and communicate with a deaf person? We have that. A lot of people are intimidated at first. They're not sure if they're being rude or not, but it's very good to communicate with me directly. For example, a person if you would have signed this, that person over there is quote unquote fat or overweight. In deaf culture, that's culturally acceptable to communicate or to comment about a person's individual characteristics, but perhaps not in the hearing world.
Okay, so is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, no, not quite. I'm really happy to be here and Newbury Park High School. It's a great experience. I was a student here, so I'm glad to be back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Did I answer all your questions?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.